What if one idea could change the way the world shops forever? This is the story of Jeff Bezos, a man who transformed a simple online bookstore into one of the most powerful companies in history, Amazon. His journey began with a vision and a leap of faith, and it grew into an empire that redefined the way we live, work, and even explore the stars. In this story, you will discover how Jeff Bezos rose from humble beginnings to become the richest man in the world. You will learn about his relentless drive for innovation, his passion for technology, and his vision for the future of humanity, both on Earth and beyond. This is not just the story of a company. It is the story of a dreamer who dared to change the world. Get ready to be inspired by the life of Jeff Bezos, a story of ambition, vision, and the power of believing in the impossible. Have you ever wondered how a single idea could transform the way the world shops? In the heart of America, in a modest town called Albuquerque, New Mexico, a boy named Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen was born on January 12, 1964. His mother, Jackie, was only a teenager at the time, full of dreams and hopes for her son. His biological father left when he was very young, but soon his mother remarried. Her new husband, Miguel Bezos, an immigrant from Cuba, adopted Jeffrey and gave him his last name. From then on, he would be known as Jeff Bezos. Jeff's family moved to Houston, Texas, where his stepfather worked as an engineer for Exxon. As a child, Jeff was curious and always had a fascination for how things worked. He would take apart gadgets around the house just to see what was inside. His mother would often find him surrounded by pieces of radios, alarm clocks, and other electronics, all dismantled and scattered across the floor. Even at a young age, Jeff showed signs of his inventive spirit. At just 3 years old, he attempted to dismantle his own crib with a screwdriver. It wasn't just technology that fascinated him. Jeff had a deep love for reading and learning, often diving into books far beyond his age. His grandfather, who had worked as a regional director at the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission, was another major influence. During summers, Jeff would spend time at his grandfather's ranch in Texas, fixing windmills, repairing tractors, and learning about self-sufficiency. These early experiences taught Jeff the value of hard work and problem-solving. He learned that if something was broken, you didn't just throw it away, you fixed it. In school, Jeff excelled in his studies, showing a particular talent for science and math. His teachers often described him as focused, determined, and always eager to learn. But it wasn't all about books and gadgets. Jeff also showed an entrepreneurial spirit early on. In high school, he started a summer camp for kids called the Dream Institute. He and his girlfriend charged parents $600 per child to attend, where they taught science and space exploration. It was a glimpse into the business mind that would one day change the world. After high school, Jeff set his sights on Princeton University, where he pursued a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. At Princeton, Jeff continued to excel, graduating with honors. He was driven, focused, and determined to make a mark on the world. After college, he entered the finance industry, landing jobs at major firms like Fiddle Bankers Trust and D.E. Shaw. At D.E. Shaw, a prestigious hedge fund, Jeff quickly rose to the position of vice president. But despite his success, Jeff felt something was missing. He wanted to create something of his own, something that would have a lasting impact. It was during his time at D.E. Shaw that Jeff first stumbled upon a staggering statistic. The internet was growing at 23 per year. This number was astonishing, and Jeff couldn't get it out of his mind. He saw the potential of the internet to transform the way people shopped. Books, he thought, would be the perfect product to sell online. There were millions of titles available, more than any physical store could hold. The idea was daring, and it came with risks, but Jeff was willing to take the chance. He approached his boss at D.E. Shaw and shared his idea of starting an online bookstore. His boss listened carefully and then tried to convince him to stay, even offering him incentives. But Jeff couldn't shake the feeling that this was his calling. He made the bold decision to leave his high-paying job and pursue his dream. With the support of his wife, Mackenzie, Jeff packed up his belongings and set off on a road trip to Seattle. It was during this journey that the business plan for Amazon was written. In the backseat of their car, with a laptop and a notepad, Jeff mapped out the future of online shopping. He was determined, focused, and ready to build something the world had never seen before. Little did he know that decision would change his life and the world forever. Jeff Bezos and his wife Mackenzie arrived in Seattle in 1994 with a vision that was both bold and uncertain. They set up their first office in the garage of their rented home, where Amazon was born. In the beginning, the operation was small and simple. Bezos had a wooden desk made from a door, a symbol of the company's frugality and resourcefulness. There were no fancy offices or large teams, just a few people who believed in his vision. Bezos's mission was clear: to build the largest online bookstore in the world. He chose books as the starting point because of the enormous variety of titles. No physical store could hold them all, but the internet had no such limitations. To get the company started, Bezos spent countless hours coding the website, setting up the infrastructure, and contacting book distributors. Every sale that came through was greeted with celebration. In fact, during the early days, a bell would ring every time an order was placed. Eventually, the bell rang so often that they had to turn it off. The first book ever sold on Amazon was shipped from Bezos's garage. It was a simple transaction, but it marked the beginning of a revolution in shopping. Bezos's commitment to customer service became legendary. He was obsessed with making the experience as smooth and efficient as possible. He would personally answer customer service calls, handle complaints, and make sure every order was fulfilled on time. His philosophy was that the customer always comes first, no matter the cost. As Amazon began to grow, so did its offerings. Bezos was never content with just selling books. He saw Amazon as a platform for all things: movies, electronics, toys, and much more. He called it the Everything Store, and his vision was to create a place where customers could find anything they wanted, all in one place. In 1997, just 3 years after launching from a garage, Amazon went public. Many critics doubted the sustainability of an online bookstore, but Bezos proved them wrong. Investors began to take notice, and Amazon's stock rose rapidly. With new funding, Bezos continued to expand the company, investing heavily in technology and logistics. He built massive fulfillment centers to ensure faster delivery times. He also focused on improving the website, making it more user-friendly and efficient. Bezos was not afraid to take risks. He believed that experimentation was key to innovation, and he was willing to accept failures as part of the process. Some of Amazon's experiments didn't work, but the ones that did changed the way people shopped. Innovations like one-click purchasing, customer reviews, and personalized recommendations set Amazon apart from its competitors. Despite growing competition, Bezos's strategy of putting the customer first allowed Amazon to dominate the online marketplace. His long-term vision, often criticized by skeptics, began to pay off. Amazon's customer base grew and its product offerings expanded. Bezos's dream of the everything store was becoming a reality. But Bezos was not satisfied with just dominating e-commerce. His vision stretched far beyond retail. He began to invest in new technologies, like cloud computing, which would later become Amazon Web Services, AWS. AWS would go on to revolutionize the way companies store and access data. Bezos saw the internet not just as a place to sell products, but as a platform for innovation and transformation. His focus on the future kept Amazon at the forefront of technological change. Through relentless hard work, risk-taking, and a deep commitment to customer service, Bezos transformed Amazon from a small online bookstore into the largest e-commerce platform in the world. His journey had just begun, and the world was about to witness even greater innovations from the mind of Jeff Bezos. As Amazon grew, Jeff Bezos's vision expanded far beyond just selling products online. He was constantly thinking about the future, about how technology could reshape entire industries. One of the biggest moves came in 2005, when Amazon introduced Amazon Prime. It was a bold idea. Customers would pay an annual subscription fee for unlimited 2-day shipping on millions of items. Many doubted the concept, wondering if customers would be willing to pay upfront for faster delivery. But Bezos was confident. He believed that convenience was the key to long-term customer loyalty. Amazon Prime was more than just a shipping service. It was a way to lock in customers for the long term. The strategy worked. Millions of people signed up for Prime, and Amazon's customer base grew rapidly. Prime members began shopping more frequently, drawn in by the promise of fast, free delivery. Bezos continued to add value to the service, including video streaming, music, and exclusive discounts. Amazon was no longer just an online bookstore. It had become an ecosystem. An ecosystem where people could shop, watch movies, listen to music, and even control their smart homes. But Bezos's ambitions didn't stop there. He had always been fascinated by space exploration. In 2000, 5 years after founding Amazon, Bezos launched Blue Origin, a private aerospace company with the mission of making space travel affordable and accessible. Many were surprised by his decision to invest in rockets and space technology. But Bezos saw it as part of his long-term vision. He believed that humanity needed to explore space to ensure its long-term survival. His dream was to create the infrastructure that would allow future generations to build colonies beyond Earth. While Blue Origin started quietly, it began to make headlines with its successful launches and the development of reusable rockets. Bezos often spoke about his vision of millions of people living and working in space. He believed that the Earth was just the beginning of human exploration. While Amazon continued to dominate e-commerce, Bezos balanced his time between his online empire and his space ambitions. His ability to think long-term set him apart from many business leaders. He didn't just want to build a company, he wanted to build the future. His investments in technology, logistics, and space exploration showed his relentless drive to push boundaries. Amazon Web Services, AWS, became another pillar of his empire. Launched in 2006, AWS offered cloud computing services to businesses, allowing them to store and process data remotely. What started as a side project quickly grew into one of Amazon's most profitable divisions. AWS powered everything from small startups to major corporations, transforming the way businesses operated. Bezos's vision for the cloud was clear. He wanted to build the infrastructure of the internet, just as he had built the infrastructure for e-commerce. Through innovation and risk-taking, Bezos continued to push Amazon forward, expanding into new markets and industries. His leadership transformed Amazon into one of the most valuable companies in the world. But his journey was far from over. With eyes set on space and a relentless drive to innovate, Jeff Bezos was just getting started. As Amazon's empire grew, Jeff Bezos continued to push the boundaries of what the company could achieve. He was not content with just dominating online shopping. He wanted to reshape the entire retail industry. One of his most ambitious projects was Amazon Go, a revolutionary concept for physical shopping. Launched in 2018, Amazon Go stores allowed customers to walk in, pick up what they wanted, and walk out. No lines, no cashiers. The technology behind it was groundbreaking. Using sensors, cameras, and artificial intelligence, Amazon Go tracked what customers took from the shelves. When they walked out, the total was automatically charged to their Amazon account. Bezos believed that this was the future of retail, seamless, fast, and entirely automated. Amazon Go was not just a new store, it was a glimpse into what shopping could become. At the same time, Bezos was expanding Amazon's global presence. New markets opened in Europe, Asia, and South America, bringing Amazon's products and services to millions of new customers. He also introduced Amazon's voice assistant, Alexa, which quickly became a household name. Alexa allowed users to shop, control smart home devices, and access information with just their voice. For Bezos, this was another step towards integrating Amazon into everyday life. He wanted Amazon to be everywhere, not just online, but in people's homes, in their hands, and even in their voices. Amazon Prime continued to grow as well, adding more benefits for its members. Prime Video became a major competitor to Netflix, producing original movies and series that captured global audiences. Shows like The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Jack Ryan became hits, proving that Amazon could not only sell products but also create entertainment. Bezos was building an empire that spanned across multiple industries: retail, technology, entertainment, and even artificial intelligence. His relentless drive for innovation pushed Amazon to the forefront of almost every market it entered. But while Amazon thrived, Bezos also faced challenges. The company's size and dominance brought scrutiny from governments around the world. Regulators questioned Amazon's business practices, its treatment of workers, and its impact on smaller retailers. Bezos, however, remained focused on growth and innovation. He continued to push for faster shipping, better customer service, and new technologies. His philosophy was simple: focus on the customer, and everything else would follow. By 2020, Amazon had become the second company in history to reach a market valuation of $1 trillion. Bezos had built one of the most influential companies in the world, changing the way people shop, read, and even watch TV. But despite his success, Bezos was not ready to slow down. His eyes were still set on the stars, with Blue Origin continuing its work on space exploration. For Bezos, the journey was never just about building a business. It was about building the future. He believed that technology could solve the world's biggest problems and create endless possibilities. His vision for Amazon was not just as an online store, but as a global platform for innovation. A platform that could deliver anything, anywhere, anytime. And with each new venture, Jeff Bezos proved that his ambitions were far from ordinary. They were revolutionary. As Amazon grew into one of the most powerful companies in the world, Jeff Bezos's vision only became more ambitious. His focus on innovation and customer obsession continued to drive Amazon forward. One of his most daring projects was Amazon Prime Air, a program designed to deliver packages to customers using drones. The idea seemed futuristic and almost impossible at first, but Bezos was committed to making it a reality. He envisioned a world where customers could receive their orders within 30 minutes of purchasing, all through unmanned aerial vehicles. The project faced many challenges, from government regulations to technological barriers. But Bezos pushed forward, investing millions into research and development. Amazon Prime Air wasn't just about faster delivery. It was about redefining logistics. Bezos wanted to transform the way goods were transported, making it faster, cheaper, and more efficient. At the same time, Amazon expanded its logistics network with its own fleet of planes, delivery trucks, and even ocean freight services. Bezos was building an infrastructure that could rival traditional shipping companies. He understood that control over logistics would allow Amazon to deliver products faster and cheaper than any competitor. It was a strategy that made Amazon nearly unstoppable in the retail space. But Bezos wasn't just focused on delivery. He also looked towards the future of technology. Amazon continued to develop its cloud computing platform, Amazon Web Services, AWS. AWS became a backbone for the internet, providing cloud services for millions of websites and applications around the world. From small startups to massive corporations, AWS powered some of the biggest names in technology. The platform grew so rapidly that it became Amazon's most profitable business segment, surpassing even its massive retail operations. For Bezos, it was proof that innovation and risk-taking paid off. His willingness to invest in bold ideas set Amazon apart from its competitors. Projects like Alexa, Prime Video, and Amazon Go weren't just additions to Amazon's business. They were game changers. While Bezos was building his empire, he also focused on philanthropy. In 2018, he launched the Bezos Day One Fund, committing $2 to help homeless families and improve education in underserved communities. Bezos also created the Bezos Earth Fund, pledging $10 to fight climate change and support environmental causes. It was one of the largest charitable pledges in history. His vision extended beyond just business. He wanted to make a lasting impact on the world and help solve global challenges. In 2021, Bezos made a surprising announcement. He would step down as CEO of Amazon, transitioning to the role of executive chairman. Many wondered why he would leave the company he built from the ground up. But Bezos had bigger plans. He wanted to focus more on his space company, Blue Origin, and his philanthropic efforts. His decision marked the end of an era for Amazon, but the beginning of a new chapter for Bezos. He remained committed to innovation, but his sights were set on the stars. For Jeff Bezos, the journey was always about more than just business. It was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible, exploring new frontiers, and leaving a legacy that would last for generations. When Jeff Bezos stepped down as the CEO of Amazon in 2021, many believed it was the end of an era. But for Bezos, it was only the beginning of a new journey. His vision for the future now centered on space exploration, technology, and global impact. Blue Origin, the private aerospace company he had founded in 2000, became his primary focus. Bezos had always dreamed of space travel, and now he was dedicating his time and resources to making it a reality. In July 2021, that dream came true. Bezos, along with 3 other passengers, launched into space aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. The mission was a success, marking a historic moment for private space travel. The journey lasted just 11 minutes, but its impact was profound. Bezos described it as the best day ever, and he pledged to continue his work in making space accessible to future generations. His vision for Blue Origin was not just about space tourism. Bezos dreamed of building the infrastructure that would allow millions of people to live and work in space. He spoke of space colonies, massive structures orbiting the Earth where humans could thrive without the limitations of our planet's resources. Bezos believed that humanity needed to explore space to survive. His long-term vision was clear: to expand human civilization beyond Earth. While his focus was now on space, Bezos did not forget about the planet he left behind. Through the Bezos Earth Fund, he committed $10 to combat climate change. He invested in clean energy, conservation efforts, and sustainable technologies. Bezos believed that protecting the Earth was just as important as exploring new worlds. His philanthropic efforts extended to education and homelessness as well. The Bezos Day One Fund continued to support projects aimed at providing shelter for homeless families and education for underserved communities. Bezos's legacy was becoming more than just Amazon. He was building a path toward a sustainable and expansive future, both on Earth and beyond. As he moved forward, his leadership style and relentless drive for innovation continued to inspire entrepreneurs around the world. His philosophy of Day One, treating every day like the first day of business, remained at the core of his work. Bezos often spoke about the importance of taking risks and thinking long-term. He believed that the key to success was not just in building businesses, but in imagining what the future could be. His journey from a small garage in Seattle to the edge of space was a testament to that vision. He had transformed not only the way people shop, but also how they think about technology, logistics, and the possibilities of space exploration. Jeff Bezos' story is not just about wealth or success. It's about vision, persistence, and the courage to take risks. His life's work continues to shape industries and inspire future generations to think bigger and reach farther. As Bezos looks to the stars, his story serves as a reminder that with determination and imagination, even the impossible can become reality. Jeff Bezos' journey from a garage startup to space exploration is proof that big dreams can change the world. His story is not just about wealth or success. It's about vision, persistence, and daring to think differently. Through Amazon, he reshaped how we shop and consume technology. Through Blue Origin, he set his sights on the stars, believing that humanity's future is not just on Earth but beyond it. His legacy continues to inspire entrepreneurs and dreamers around the world. As you reflect on his story, remember his words: work hard, have fun, make history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the incredible life of Jeff Bezos. May his story inspire you to dream big, think bold, and always reach for the stars.